What's up, y'all? This is Brittany from SheAbundantly at SheAbundantly.com, and I am actually on my way to work. I wanted to share something and talk about something like really important. So when you make a decision to give yourself, give your life, give your body to God and live in purity and decide to glorify Him through your body, meaning not having sex, not engaging in sexual activity before marriage, and just all around deciding to live a pure life, there are benefits there in their life. They're crucial to life. One of the things that I noticed, like, immediately when I got out of the relationship that I was in, first off, because there was no purpose in that relationship, I was constantly, it was just I'll call it temptation. It wasn't a relationship, it was temptation. Because I knew better, God was still grooming me through in that relationship, and I had a desire to live wholeheartedly, to give up sex and live pure. But because I was in that relationship, I was constantly tempted. So we had moments of failure. And once I decided to get out of that relationship and truly, like, rid myself of that temptation so I can live this life, work on ridding myself of not just that, but just heart-wise and mind-wise, instantly I noticed a change. I noticed a difference. So one of the reasons why God says wait until you're married to have sex is because illegal sex or sex outside of marriage, there's nothing good that comes from it. It has consequences, and none of them are good. And one of those consequences is that it clogs your mind. It clogs your ability to make sound decisions. I made a statement that sex destroys more lives than substance abuse, and that's just really my own opinion from what I see from years of observing things, and even in my own life. It destroys like no other. And I'm not talking about, you may not see it, you may not physically see it in people, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all aspects of a person's being, it destroys. It destroys. And a person with a spiritual eye is able to see that. Sometimes not even a spiritual eye. Just look on TV, look at these examples of all these relationships. Craziness. But it destroys, and it prevents one. First off, it causes one to be stuck. There's a lot going on in this highway. It causes one to be stuck because when you connect yourself with another person, your souls become one. This is the whole concept of the two become one. Not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. And in the aspect of marriage, that's great because now you have God governing that two becoming one. He's blessing that union. But so what's the spiritual aspect when it's not in the divine covenant of marriage or under God? It's a spirit involved, but it's not the spirit of God. So because your soul is connected to the other being, your desires, your emotions, your mind is connected to them as well. So this person can be a killer. This person can be the worst person in the world. But because your soul is connected to them, you don't see it as that. You see it as because your desires are connected to them, you see it as your love, your soulmate. I can't live without them type of thing. So you live your life accordingly. You think that this is the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and you make all your decisions based on that person. Even if the person is saved, because of the nature of sex outside of marriage, there's negative consequences to it. So basically what I'm trying to say is, instantly after I chose to get out of that relationship and decided to truly, like, I don't want to fall in this anymore. I don't want that. God honors that. And my mind, like, opened instantly. Like, seriously. My connection to God was more clear. And this is how I say it when it's clogged, your ability to make sound decisions, because all of us have a signal to the spiritual world. The question is, what spirit are you connected to? And God is always speaking. It's us that can't hear Him. Sin separates us from God in that way, meaning it clogs it distorts our connection or our signal to him. You ever had a radio, one of them old radios that had an antenna, and you try to turn it to a radio station and it's real fuzzy, you can barely hear what it's saying, so you have to like move the antenna a little bit to try to get a better signal. That's what that's really the greatest example that I can give about our lives and how we need to shift. We need to get into a position where we can hear the signal, hear the voice of God, because sex immediately pushes us out of that signal and we can't clearly hear. So immediately when you decide to give your life to Christ in that way, your mind becomes open. God begins to speak to you with more clarity. I mean, like that following year, my purpose just became more clear to me. What I was supposed to be doing with She Abundantly, he began to give me dreams and visions that I thought were just for other people. I didn't know that he could speak to me in that way. My emotions was healthier. I wasn't heavy. I didn't have a burden on me. My mind was clear. I can't stress that enough. So I really wanted to encourage somebody who was struggling or who thinks that I don't care, I'm going to do what I want to do. You can choose what you want to do. We can choose what we want to do, but we cannot choose the consequences. And one of those consequences of choosing what we want to do and not submitting our bodies to God in that way, we won't hear the voice of God clearly. We are missing out on valuable information that he's trying to speak to us that is crucial to our lives. That is a life and death situation. I see so many people stuck in relationships years and years and years, functioning. You know how you ever seen a functioning crackhead? Where these are like, and I was the same way, functioning. I don't even know what to call it, but functioning beings, but not thriving beings. They're not flourishing. They're not growing. Because they are in a position, they are stuck, their minds are clouded, they cannot make sound decisions. I see it happen all the time. Why do you think women, and not even just women, but I give this example, women go back to their abuser. They got beat by a dude and then they go back. They're not stupid. It's deeper than the eye can see. It is that spiritual connection, that soul tie, what sex does. It traps you. So I really want to encourage somebody right now. Seek God in this way. Ask him for clarity. Ask God to help you get out of a situation or sexually binding situation, sexual immorality, so that you can have a relationship with God that you're supposed to have. I just saw a cop and I'm so glad I wouldn't speed. Look at that. I'm working on my speed. I be going 5 miles over the speed limit, thinking that that's okay, but it ain't, because you still get pulled over. But please be encouraged. Your mind will be so free, so open. In those businesses that you want to start, you like, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing in life? I'm telling you, honor God with your body and watch your mind open. Watch clarity come to you. Watch purpose come to you instantly. You ain't got to wait 5 years. You ain't even got to wait a year. When you give your life to God in that way, when you obey him sexually, he honors that. There is no clarity like this. It's beautiful. Be encouraged.